And so we'll be taking you quickly to the Prempeh Assembly Hall as another witness appears.
Very well.
Good morning and welcome again, Honorable.
Good morning.
Please, can you give your full name again to the committee?
Mohammed Salisu Bamba.
And can you tell the committee the full name of your municipality, the exact name?
Ejura-Sekyedumase Municipal Assembly.
And you are the municipal chief executive, is that not so?
Yes, please.
Please, how long have you been in this position?
From 2017 till date.
Please, do you have an established security council in your municipality?
Yes, please.
Can you tell the committee the members of this committee, this council? Or not necessarily the names, but the institutions that form the council?
Myself, the coordinating director is the secretary. All the security heads in the municipality, that's the police, the crime officer, the fire commander, the prison commander, the ambulance leader, NADMO director, the immigration officer, the BNI, then one rep from the traditional council. Then the fire commander.
Please, can you tell the committee how your observation has been about the security situation in your municipality since you took over?
Ejura-Sekyedumase Municipal is a place that has a lot of security challenges. From armed robbery to Fulani harassment issues, then periodically political issues, and then the normal everyday crimes, that is the petty stealing and those things. But the major ones are the armed robbery, Fulani harassment issues, and political issues.
Can you elaborate just a little bit? By political issues, what are you really talking about, please?
Our municipality is a place that from 1992 till date, during every political activity, be it registration or elections, there is always one way or the other political problems between the major political parties.
So from the 26th of June, let's say up to the end of June this year, were you in Ejura?
Yes, I was in Ejera till 28th of June in the morning. We did fireworks on 27th night to usher in the census night, and on 28th in the morning, which is Monday, I traveled out of Ejera.
But were you informed as the chief executive of the events of the 28th and 29th, especially in relation to the shooting incident that led to the death of 2 persons? And if you were, please tell the committee whatever information you have about those days.
Thank you. On 26th of June, I was in Ejera, and I had information about incident that happened to Kaka in his house. The same day in the evening, I had information that he has been transferred from Ejera Hospital to Konfanoche Teaching Hospital on the same day. Then on Monday, I also had information about his death, Monday late afternoon. Somewhere around 8 o'clock, I had information that some irate youth had besieged the police station.
Please, can you be 8 o'clock? Is it in the morning or in the evening? And
In the evening.
What was the date?
That was on the 28th, Monday.
Thank you.
So I discussed it with the security heads. And also called Ejera to inform him about the information I had.
Please go on, if you can.
Then myself and the security heads agreed that we should call for support through the divisional command, looking at what happened that evening. I was also informed that that evening, some properties of the police were vandalized. After the discussion, I followed up with a call to the divisional commander myself to find out whether the agreement or the discussion we had has been given to him, whether he has been informed, which he said yes.
Please, you mean the discussion call for support,
Yeah.
as you said.
The discussion we had, yeah.
Okay, so by support, who were you asking?
We were asking the divisional command to assist us with some security men on the ground to make sure everything is in order.
That is police?
Yeah, we informed the divisional police commander.
Okay, thank you.
Around 11 p.m., I had information that some policemen have arrived. And the police water cannon has also arrived. Few minutes after the discussion, I had information again that the military has also arrived. So we were asked to support with accommodation.
Did you get to know who called in the military?
I don't exactly know. Probably is the discussion we had with the divisional command. So when I had information about the arrival of the military, we were preparing to get them accommodation. After securing the accommodation, I was told again that the military have decided to go back. After patrolling town, they've started to go back that night. And that they'll be back again the following morning.
Honorable, please, can I ask you, the decision to call for support, as you said, was it the Municipal Security Council that took the decision, or you and the police heads?
That evening, all the security heads, the BNI, the crime officer, the police, they were all at the police station. I was the only person who was away. So we were in constant touch with Ejera that evening.
Thank you. Please, you can continue.
Pardon me?
You can continue.
Very well. So the next morning, I had information that other police officers had also arrived to come and support. Before then,
So that will be the 29th.
29th, yeah.
In the morning. Do you know where they also came from?
Yeah, because I was informed that the security had picked intelligence that there is going to be attack and other vandalizations in town. So that is why others came to support. That's the information I was given.
I wanted to know that, as the MC, were you informed bit by bit that this other group of police were also coming and where they were coming from? Did you know where they came from?
Whenever they come, I get information from the security heads on the ground what is happening.
Okay, so
But as to the time that they are coming, I don't have the information. But when they arrive, I always get information.
okay, so this group, where did they arrive from? The first one was from divisional police.
From all of them from region.
From region.
From region.
Thank you.
So on the 29th, somewhere after 10 a.m. I had information that some youth had attacked the police water cannon at the cemetery. And the water cannon has retreated.
Can you repeat, on the 29th, I had information that some youth
had attacked the water cannon at the cemetery.
Thank you.
Please go on.
So the police and the security on the ground also informed me that there are other installations in town that has been attacked afterwards. Some MPP installations in town were attacked and destroyed. We call them bases. It's like a shed, pavilion. A couple of them in town has been destroyed. And that the two suspects that were arrested, their rooms has also been vandalized and destroyed.
Please, which two suspects? We haven't talked about.
Two suspects in the police custody. The police had arrested two people in relation to this issue, that their houses were also vandalized. That's the information I also had.
Please, can you tell the two suspects, what were they arrested for? Was it the death or
yeah,
the,
in relation to the death of Kaka.
Okay, thank you.
And that the youth are heading towards the police station and the municipal assembly.
Please go on.
So around afternoon, I had information that there were some incidents of shootings and that 2 people had lost their life and others, about 4 people also got injured. Before then, I received a lot of calls from different media houses wanting to know happenings in Ejera.
Please go on, you can go on.
I was able to speak to a few of them, but most of them I couldn't talk to them because of the situation on the ground. We're all in contact with each other, looking at how best we can resolve the issue at hand.
So can you tell exactly when did you leave Ejera and when you returned?
I left Ejera on Monday morning, 28, around 6 to 7 a.m.
And returned?
And on Tuesday, I returned to Ejera.
In the evening or afternoon?
Actually, I was going to Ejera in the afternoon. Then I had a call that I'm advised not to come to Ejera. So I tried to find out why shouldn't I come. Then that it was for security, for my own security. That is why I'm advised not to come to Ejura. And later on, some elders also sent a message through somebody to call and inform me that this is what is, I'm abreast with what is happening. I'm in touch with all the security heads, and that this is what is happening on the ground. And for that matter, I should stay away for a while.
Okay, so then I will not press you further to tell us when you arrive back.
Very well.
That's fine, thank you. Okay, so yes, please continue.
So generally, this is the briefing I had with regards to the issues that happened in Ejura between 26th and 29th. So after the 29th incident, we discussed among ourselves that we should find a way of supporting the security agencies so that they can be on the ground for some time to make sure that things normalize fully before they leave.
So since you are on the ground, you are the MC, have you got any information about what caused the death of Kaka? Or what led to his death?
On the 28th of June, I had information in the night that some 2 suspects had been arrested. But on the 26th, when the incident happened, I saw a post on our youth wing platform by one Abi Wakas, narrating what had happened, and stating this could only happen under a wicked leadership of Ejura MCE on our youth wing platform. That was on the 26th or 27th, I cannot be precise. Then I also had information from a lot of media houses, especially on the 28th, calling to ask me about my knowledge with regards to the death of Kaka. That is on the 28th. On the same 28th, around 6 p.m., I realized a lot of calls were coming through my phone. A lot. Almost every media house was calling me. To an extent, I cannot contain it any longer. Then my attention was drawn to a Facebook Live and also interview on Guidance TV. With regards to the death of Kaka. And all the publications were pointing to the fact that the 2 suspects are my bodyguards. All the calls and the communication. and that the deceased is a Fix the Country campaigner. And me representing government on the ground, I'm not happy with his activities. So I told most of the media houses that at this particular moment, what we and the police want is information. So I'll plead with them to give the information they had to the police. So that the police can get to the bottom of the issue. It will interest you to note that most of the media houses I contacted were not able to tell me the source of their information, even though it was everywhere.
Honorable, in actual fact, I wanted to find out if on your own, in your capacity as the head of security, whether you had some information, not necessarily from the media, but from your counsel, as to what this whole thing is about.
Sincerely speaking, I have not received any official information with regards to the fact that this whole thing is about A or B.
Okay.
What I can say as a resident and indigene of Ejura is that some faceless individuals are trying to use the death of Kaka for their own parochial interest. That's what I can say, looking at the circumstances and how the whole environment has been polarized. I must also add that the event of 29th June that led to the death of the two individuals and others getting injured cannot be looked in isolation. Some of the interviews that I listened to point to the fact that the youth and the community was actually polarized against the police and the political heads before the 29th. I've submitted one of the interviews to the IT guys to assist in your work. I am not the author, but listening to it probably it can assist the committee to have some more information with regards to what the unfortunate incident that actually happened.
Okay, please, what kind of document? Is it audio or video?
It is a video interview on Guidance TV.
Okay, please, do you know where the Guidance TV, where they are located? Do you know?
I actually don't know where they are, but I know they are in Accra, but I don't know where in Accra.
Okay.
And also some publications on 3 News. That one I have hard copies here.
Okay. Please, you can submit it. My Lord, here.
What are they? Is it a document, video, or
No,
what?
this is just a hard.
They are documents. Very well. Mark them as exhibit number. Is it E? This is D. G, yes. Mark it exhibit G series.
So was the video submitted to you or you got it on social media?
My attention was drawn to it. I looked for it to watch, and after that, I thought it wise bringing it to the committee. It might assist your work.
Hello, there's also some video evidence, he says here.
Yes, where is it? The video evidence. I've already handed over to the IT. Is it one pen drive? Okay, mark it as exhibit H. We would like to play the video to see the content before you leave.
Very well.
You continue your evidence. Continue.
I'm done.
You are done. Very well.
It's in the house.
What does that discuss? Yo, it's but I've been burnt out saying this. Say, wallahi, ya zaka feel, ndin ya yanka, ko kaninka, ko babanka, ko umanka, ko danka, if the chicken, ya zaka feel. Kuma, yanda babbe shi da king, ko da me shi na bai bar duniya ba aka ci mai ciwo ko wani waka. In ka ga ya yanka ya turn ko nature shi ya change into something else. How will you feel? It's Joe, one of the babban brother mu tare da mu nan. Za mu discuss issues concerning babban brother mu da ake kan shi kaka. Wasu na mai Hillary wai macho man ko macho baki. Shi bai fada, ba mai so fada ba ne. Ka mare shi ya duba ka shirin kauce, amma ka san karfin shi da buga a cikin jikin shi. Na farko kaka macho baki ubangijin Allah iramshe shi, ubangijin Allah jikan shi. Nake maka magana yanzu ina kwanci a bisa basa, ubangijin Allah ya mai kyautar aljanna. So Mr. Lucas, mu duka mun san yadda problem ya faru, mun san genesis of the case, and then the revelation of it, meaning the starting of the case, kuma janda yau ubangijin Allah da kanshi ya gwada iko shi. To akwai wasu san yadda magana ke tafiya ba. So in order for them to be enlightened, da muna so ka toko muna ya eso me faru kaka shi da wasu na da fada ya ji ya karbi abin wani ne ya ba aka so a tafi.
Yeah, since you are not the person being interviewed, what we will do is that the letter that has been said, you will let us know, then we will get him to transcribe the content of the interview for us. Because in any case, you did not produce this video for us to be able to ask you questions relating to what has been said. But we will get the interpreter to transcribe whatever is on it. If it becomes necessary for us to invite you again to come and answer questions relating to that interview, we will do so.
Very well.
Yes. Let me begin with you. Where exactly did you go on the 29th? You say on the 29th you were not in Ejera. Where exactly did you go?
Actually, I traveled to Accra.
You traveled to Accra?
Yes, please.
And before traveling to Accra, you got this information. Can I consider it as intelligent information?
Yes, please.
And you are the head of the Municipal Security Council.
Yes, I am.
You know that normally, or under normal circumstances, you report directly to the regional minister.
Yes.
Who is also supposed to be the chairperson of the Regional Security Council.
Yes.
This intelligent information that you had, did you pass it on to the Regional Security Council before speaking to the divisional commander for backup? Did you do that?
Actually, when we had the information.
Answer, did you do that? Did you convey the intelligence that you had to let me use the word, to your boss?
Regional Minister?
Yes.
Yes.
Before you called the divisional commander?
I informed him after I had discussion with the divisional commander.
Yes. Do you consider that information as so important so as to get the Regional Security Council informed?
Yes.
And why didn't you inform them first?
Normally, when MUSEC we meet or at our level, we normally fall on them when something is getting out of hand. But if it's something that we can manage at our own level, we don't inform the RECSEC or our bosses.
Yes, but because it was more than you can handle, that is why in your testimony you said you asked for backup from the divisional commander of police.
Yes, that was Monday night, on the 28th night.
Yes, and I still want you to answer my question. If it was so important and you want backup from the division, it means it had gone beyond the level you can handle.
Exactly.
Why didn't you find it necessary to report to the Regional Security Council?
No, I informed my minister, but I informed him after discussing with the divisional commander. I informed him.
Very well. You know one person called Anyas?
Yes, I know him.
What is your relationship with him?
He is MPP party member. He's a polling station executive of our party.
I believe on social media and all these things, you've heard some allegations and other things that has been going on.
That was what I addressed in that some faceless individuals are trying to link this into me.
So the faceless individuals that you are referring to, a team, is it Anyas that you refer to as the faceless individuals?
No, when the incident happened, Anyas, as I told you, is our police station executive, and the other guy, Alasan, is also our police station executive. Actually, Anyas is at GKC police station, and Anyas is in the Gombalai FM-based polling station. They are MPP party members that I know.
And my question is, are they the persons you are referring to as faceless individuals?
No.
Thank you. And let me also find out from you. You are the head of the municipal security. You have traveled out of the town. You get information that the youth are going to attack a police station or what have you on the 29th. Did you find it necessary to leave whatever you were doing to rush to Ejura?
Yes.
What time did you reach Ejura?
I had the information in the night, as I told you, and in the morning I set off to come to Ejura. Actually, I got to Mampo when I had a call, as I mentioned earlier on, that I shouldn't come to Ejura for security reasons. That time I was actually at Mampo.
Did you find yourself in danger?
Personally, no.
Then why didn't you continue? Because you see, if you are a father of the house and somebody tells you that your house is being attacked with your wife and children in the house, you decide not to go there because if you go, something might happen to you. That is the situation.
After the security advice, I mentioned in my testimony that I proceeded to Ejura.
That was after the incident.
That was after the 29th.
Yes. But the incident happened on the 29th.
Exactly.
Yes. And you were told not to enter Ejura.
Exactly.
For security reasons.
Exactly.
And that is why I'm asking you, if your house is being attacked with your wife and children in the house, for your personal security, you leave your wife and children in the house to be attacked. Is that what you are trying to say?
That is not what I'm trying to say, but the security on the ground, we are working together. So if they advise me and I didn't listen to the advice, when something happened, then they'll say we advise, and then he didn't heed to our advice.
So you thought about your personal security as against the entire community security?
No.
You know, if you were present at a Ejura, things might have changed.
Actually, looking at how the whole environment was polarized, it could have been worse.
Can you let us know how your presence would have been worse than?
When the incident happened, and if you look at the information going around, as you clearly stated, I was the first person that they were trying to link the suspect to. That was number one. Number two, the police themselves, they instigated the youth against the police. Yesterday, I heard the police addressing some warning letter. If you look at the document that I presented, they were even linking the warning letter to me, that I instructed the police to issue a warning letter to the gentleman, which I actually know nothing about. So I think my presence, just the way they attacked the police and then the police retreated, my presence could have made the situation worse.
Thank you. And you said you called for backup from the division.
Yes, please.
On the 29th, you were not in Ejura. Were you being briefed constantly on the happenings on the ground?
Yes.
Did it ever come to your attention that Operation Calm Life has been instructed to proceed to Ejura?
On the 28th of June, I had information I stated earlier on that the military came and left.
About
but
the
as to
military.
the name,
you know, hold on. I'm not talking about the military. Operation Calm Life, because the military is different from Operation Calm Life. The reason being that Operation Calm Life is a collaboration between the police and the military. So their operations fall under a different umbrella.
I wasn't specifically told Calm Life, but I was told the police and the military.
Told the police and the military,
but not the name Calm Life.
Very well. And were you told who ordered the military to proceed to Ejera?
Yes, the regional minister.
The regional minister?
Yes.
He told you, or somebody told you?
No, he told me.
That he has requested for the police to proceed?
For them to come and beef up security.
And did he disclose to you why he had to ask the military to move in?
Ejura is a place that...
Did he disclose to you why he has to get the military to move to Ejera?
No.
Did you find it necessary to ascertain why? Knowing that you have requested for backup from the division and the region, did you find it necessary to ascertain why? Boss, why are you sending the military?
No, I didn't ask why he's sending the military.
He's your boss?
Not exactly, because he has been on the ground for some time, and we all know the situation in Ejera. Whenever it goes out of hand, it's mostly difficult for the police to handle.
But at that stage, were you aware that the police couldn't contain the situation with the backups that you have requested?
I wouldn't say so that the police wouldn't contain, but the police force or strength in Ejera, whenever there is problem, we always call for support from Mampong, whenever.
Mampong police, but
Mampong
not
division.
Mampong military.
Mampong division.
Yes, it is the police division.
Yes, the police division, yeah.
But not the military.
No, not the military.
Okay, thank you. I will allow my other members to also ask questions.
Hello. Okay, thank you very much. So I have just two quick questions. First question is, were the two people that were arrested, are they your bodyguards?
Not at all.
Is there any reason why anyone would say that they are your bodyguards? Do you socialize with them a lot? Do you eat with them? Do they come to the residence? Why would anyone impute that to you?
Anyone who knows Ejera very well and our environment, my house is a place that whenever any political head is coming to Ejera, or any time that there is any national activity, the media who comes to Ejera can attest to that fact. My house is always full with a lot of people, really a lot of people. And the two gentlemen are our party members, and they are our polling station executive. And as the chief executive and parliamentary candidate, definitely I will have relation with all my party people on the ground.
Okay. Just a follow-up on that. I did say two questions, but this is a follow-up. The Kaka, the gentleman who had been injured on the 28th, 26th, who later passed on, is he a member of your party, as far as you know?
Yeah, he's a member of the MPP.
A card-wielding member, or just one that...
I wouldn't be able to say whether he has a party card or not, but he's a strong member who also come around whenever there is anything, just like the other two suspects that were. In short, when he passed on the 28th, it was the party vehicle that was dispatched to Konfanochi to go and bring his body to Ejera. He's our member and a very strong member, but I wouldn't be able to say whether he has a card or he doesn't have a card.
And is it his nature from where you sit? Is it his nature to criticize even you Does he come to you with information or criticisms about things that are happening within the municipality?
Sincerely speaking, he's somebody who is very interesting, outspoken, and jovial. But I don't know about his activities until his demise. Actually, when he got injured, before I get to know things that he's doing in the community.
Okay. My Lord was asking you about your interventions on the day of the incident itself. And so I'll pick up from there. I understand that you have a social media platform for the youth in the community.
Yes.
Is this something that you set up or something somebody else set up?
No, I'm not the one who set it up.
But you are on that platform?
I'm on the platform.
And so a lot of the youth use social media in the community and they're part of this platform. Is that correct?
Yeah, a lot of youth are active in social media.
Do you think if you had on that day written anything or left a voice note on that platform, you could have won the youth over or convinced them to not embark on the activities that they were embarking on?
Actually, I did left a note on the platform.
And what was the reaction?
When I saw the incident, the issue that I just mentioned, that somebody wrote that this can only happen under the leadership of the MCE, I responded by saying that we might have some disagreement among ourselves. We might criticize each other. But linking me to this barbaric act is unfortunate. And that I pray that God should expose whoever has hand in what has happened, and also entreat anybody who has information to assist the police. I wrote something on the platform. If my memory keeps, this is what I wrote.
But this wasn't directly appealing to the youth or the young people to exercise restraint, for example, or to say to them that what they're seeking for will be investigated and so on and so forth, or perhaps ask them even for a meeting.
The information I just gave you was on the day I heard about the incident. By that time, I don't know the gravity of the incident as to the level of injury and all whatnot when I wrote this thing. But later on, when we had the information that has been transferred, I spoke to a lot of media houses calling for calm in Ejera. And even the party issued a statement to the fact that everybody should be calm, and anybody who has information about what happened should kindly assist the police for their investigation.
Honorable, a very good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'll go on the same tangent for us to exude from you whatever will help the committee to come out with a very good conclusion. The story of Anyas will fill the volumes, right? You said he was a member of he is a member of the NPP.
Yes, he is.
Can you describe him? What's your view of him as a person?
Kaka?
No, Anyas.
Well, he's a party person, as I said earlier on, and he's also somebody who most of the time, when the party is doing something, he also comes around. And
so
he's not so
he's hardworking and dutiful where the party is concerned, right?
I know he works in the market for his upkeep. And with regards to the party, we only come together when there is activity. But when there is no party activity, everybody, in short, since after the elections, there hasn't been any major activity. And since that time, we've not really had so much interactions.
How long have you known him?
I know all of them from 209. From 209.
Are you aware of an incident in which he was implicated in trying to beat some security officers on the market?
It's something that I heard.
Something that you heard?
Yes, please.
At that time, you were in the MCE, were you?
I was.
You were. And so this was in the public space.
Pardon me?
This incident was
it was in the public space.
Public space.
Yes.
Your government had given instructions, directed that all markets should be closed.
Yes.
And he went there to want to open the market.
That's the information I had.
Okay. What did you do to him? How did it affect your relationship?
As I said earlier on, that was sometime last year during the lockdown. And yes. We don't really have a relationship like that. He's not my friend. As I said earlier on, he's not my friend, but he's my party member.
But Honorable MC, here is a person who stood up against national order. Here is a person who is your party member and who tried to disobey a national order. Here is a person who tried to physically assault the very security your music called in. What's your view of the person now?
Definitely nobody will condone to anybody who is going to disobey the laws of the country, as we all swear an oath to uphold the laws of the country. And as I stated earlier on, that incident that happened in the market, actually, I had the information is between him and some of the sub-chiefs. It was an incident that was highly unfortunate, and I remember the party hierarchy, not even at the constituency, at the regional level, came down to Ejera and met the people that they offended to plead with them and resolve the issue. That not even at the constituency level.
Beautiful. So do you blame those who link you with him?
Yes, I do.
You still blame them?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because this is a party we are running. We have a membership of so many, thousands. So
okay, let's leave it there. You are head of the music.
Yes, please.
Have you had any little training in conflict management, crisis management, riot control, and whatnot as a music, yourself as the head?
No, I don't have any training.
Okay. So you didn't know how to handle such crisis, did you?
The way we handle it, to the best of my knowledge, I was thinking that is the best that will help the municipality.
Good. So you see these things keep on happening, not in your jurisdiction alone, in other jurisdictions. That the head, the political head just calls in the military or calls in the security agency. There is a riot in my area, come in. And that's what exactly you did, what you did.
I didn't call in the military.
No. You told us that you consulted.
We told them to bring us a support, but not specifically military.
No, but well, then it will call them to us to support. Then you have called them. That's what I'm alluding to. The political head does not know even how the military works, how the police have SOPs. He has crisis. Then you call him, come, and they come as a way of crisis management. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, I wouldn't be able to speak to that as to their coming or not their coming, but
yes, because it's not the correct way to go. Did you meet as a music, even if you were away? Because the law that you were talking about the membership of your music, clearly states what should be done in crisis situations.
Looking at the circumstance and the timing, when we had information about the happenings, the 28th in the night, as I told you, we were in touch with each other up to 12 midnight, even trying to arrange accommodation for the military and all whatnot. And the next morning, this unfortunate incident also confronted us to handle. So in between the period, there wasn't enough time for formal meeting. But then, almost all the security heads, as I stated earlier, were at the police station. We're all consulting one with the other. Yesterday, in the police testimony, I heard him mention that even the fire commander private vehicle was vandalized. So that is to tell you that most of them were around at the time.
That's beautiful. But do you, from time to time in your music, that's why it's called Municipal Security Council, do you talk about crisis management? Do you discuss what we would do in terms of emergencies? Do you discuss these things? Or you talk only about something else, maybe politics?
No, Ejura-Musek, I can say, is one of the most active Musek. We meet much more than the number is the number required by law.
I came down to one thing. Do you discuss crisis and conflict management? What you do in times of emergencies?
Not specifically.
But you know, conflict and riots are endemic in your jurisdiction and throughout Ghana. They are very endemic. And interestingly, you don't discuss what we would do in times of emergency.
In times of emergency, sincerely, we normally fall on region for assistance. But if you look at our police force, their number wouldn't be enough to handle serious issues that will be confronted to the assembly.
Has the police interrogated you on the incident?
Not yet.
Have you been interrogated?
Not yet.
I'm still worried about how we handle emergencies in Ghana. Political heads just calling in the military to assist them. So whether it is MPP, NDC, or CPP, we'll still use the same modus operandi and call in the military to. So during NDC, we'll have such the same problem. The same scenario is there. During MPP, we'll have the same scenario. You call them, they come, they cause mayhem. Kindly, as an MCE, what would be your own advice to the Ghanaian governments?
We have different situations in different places. As I stated earlier on, during the time of elections, we don't identify all constituencies as hotspots, but we have some specific places that have been hotspot, as I stated earlier, from 92 till date. Ejera is one. If you put elections aside, Ejera is a place that we always have Fulani husband issue.
Can you give me concretely what should we do during the time of emergencies like this? Should we continue the way when an MCE, DCE, RECSEC chairman just calls in the military when they don't know how the military hierarchy and command have an SOP? Do we continue?
No, my advice to all of us is that if we can have a specialized unit that can always assist in situations like this, maybe within the police, or even if it is the military specially trained for a particular purpose like that, it will be something that will help. With the Calm Life, I don't know their modus operandi. I don't know how they operate. And some of the communities also, they don't actually respect the police. It doesn't matter the number. If it is the police, it doesn't matter the number. The people will not respect them. So if there is a way of training either the police or police military to use minimum force in situations like that, because if you look at the number of police on the ground against the number of military on the ground that day, the few military, if I hear the police testimony yesterday that at the point in time they retreated and then the military came forward. So it means that few military with similar police training can help in situations like that.
Honorable, let me assure you that there is a standard for emergencies in this country. There is a standard. What you have left out is your own training as an MCE. You need to be abreast with how we deal with emergencies. I thought you were going to tell the committee to please put in a recommendation for training people like you to handle emergencies so that we don't have casualties.
I have one final question.
Very well.
Honorable, do you have public forums at your municipal assembly?
Yes.
How often do you hold these citizen dialogues?
Very often.
So when you say very often, I'd like you to be specific. This year, for example, since January, how many public fora have you had inviting citizens to come into the municipal assembly or their opinion leaders and have dialogues?
Most of the time, we do invite major stakeholders.
The question is, how often this year?
I can't readily give an answer here. I have to consult the coordinating director to look at the files.
Very well. You are the municipal chief executive. You are the head of the Municipal Security Council. You were out of town when the 29th incident happened. You entered Ejura after the incident. Have you been briefed by your other colleagues on the Municipal Security Council as to what really happened on the 29th?
Yes, please.
And have they told you why the shooting took place?
Why?
The shooting took place.
What I was told was that the rioters attacked them and they asked the military to take over, and then in the incident there was shootings and then somebody died. But they didn't tell me why, but they said the rioters attacked them. That's what they told me.
You were told the rioters attacked who? The police?
The security.
The security on the ground?
Yeah, the security on the ground.
They attacked them in what manner?
They said they were throwing stones at them. They were throwing stones, and then some people were also holding sticks and all whatnot.
And in your estimation or in your view, do you think throwing of stones should be met with lethal force?
I think it should be met with minimal force. Minimal.
Minimal force, can you describe the minimal force that you are talking about?
I think shooting in the crowd in that instance, I don't think is the best. If there could be any way of containing the situation without shooting, that would have been the best.
As the head of the municipal security, you said you had discussions, you know what happened on the 28th, and you had intelligent reports about what was going to happen on the 29th, requesting for police backup. Did you brief the divisional commander sufficiently for him to equip the men he was sending to Ejera?
That, I think, is the security arrangement that they have been working with. I actually did not see the need in that particular time to tell him, bring this or bring that or something of that sort. I think that one in their training is something that they know as and when the type of equipment that they should need, they should use.
So from the report that you received after the incident, do you think the police were well resourced in going to Ejera to combat this rioting?
I wouldn't say so.
So what suggestions do you have for us going forward?
Going forward, the police administration and the security in general should be more equipped. In as much as I know government is doing its best, but there is no institution in the country that has sufficient. But looking at areas like Ejera and places that are hotspots, if something can be done to equip the police very well, it will help in resolving some of these issues going forward.
Coming back to your relationship with this Anyas person, why do you think he will turn around to accuse you of certain happenings in Ejura, being your own party member?
As a political leader, most of the time, when things happen in a community or even in a country, we always try to put the blame on political heads. Happenings is on one unfortunate incidents, for example, the president will be somewhere, you see people pointing out fingers on the president. I think it's our politics, the politics that we do.
I want you to reduce it to your level because you have informed us that Anyas is your party member and he even has access to your house. Whatever it is, why do you think the man would behave the way you have described him? Why? Because he's your party member. Yes, we all know as any association we have good ones and bad ones. But to target you in person and make these accusations at you, why do you think will prompt or cause Anyas to do that?
I actually don't know what Anyas has done. But then, if I wasn't the MCE or I'm not a political leader in Ejura, I don't think somebody would have pointed finger at me. Especially looking at the circumstance and the time at which we are. I believe that is the main reason why. But if I were not, I'm not the MCE or I'm not the leader of the party from the period that I mentioned to date, I don't think somebody will point finger at me. Because we have different type of relationship with people. We have friends, we have people that you know because of party work, your party executive and all whatnot. So I believe it's because of the politics of it. That is why people want to link me to it.
These two men who were arrested, that it has been alleged they are your bodyguards. How well do you know them?
As I explained earlier on, I know them to be our party members and they are our polling station executives. That is how I know them.
Apart from that, you don't have any personal relationship with them?
We don't have personal relationship. Our relationship is political relationship.
Do you have a bodyguard?
I am somebody who mostly...
Do you have a bodyguard?
I have one police bodyguard that I work with sometimes.
You have one police escort?
Yes.
So personally, apart from that official escort, you don't have any personal bodyguard?
I don't have a personal bodyguard.
So why did they say that these two are part of your bodyguards?
That is the politics of it. That is what I was talking about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable, my final word to you. Do you think politics has anything to do with several such crises in Ghana?
Yes.
And in your jurisdiction?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have any other information that you want the committee to know? If not, we are done with you.
Thank you very much.
We thank you for having time to come to give us information. We are grateful. The committee will rise briefly and we will be back.
And that's it for MCE for Ejura-Sekyedumase Mohammed Salisu Bamba. He just testified before the 3-member committee looking into the Ejura killings. And he's been saying quite a lot of things. Let me just run you through some of them. Most especially the question about his relationship with the 2 suspects picked up in the connection or in connection with the killing of Ibrahim Mohammed alias Kaka. He mentions that he doesn't have any personal relationship with them and they are party members and polling station executives. That is not the case. His reason is that it's the politics of the situation. He's also explained to us how the events unfolded from his point of view and actually did mention also that he didn't know Kaka's social activities with regards to development prior to his attack and subsequent death. He actually describes him as an interesting, outspoken and jovial person. He also says that Kaka is a member of the NPP but was not able to prove if he was a card-bearing member of the NPP. He's been answering questions also on the deployment of the military to the area. You may recall that yesterday when the district police commander, DSP Hammond, appeared, he was also asked questions along those same lines on whether he knew about the presence of Operation Calm Life. The same question was posed to the MCE for Ejura-Sekyedumase. He says that he is aware the military was on the ground, but he doesn't know about Operation Calm Life being on the day of the protest. And we heard some of the committee members trying to figure out why he didn't come back when he heard of the incident. His reason was that he had received some security advice against that, but later he appeared. If you were following the events here on JoyNews, you know that on that particular day we spoke to him on phone, Kojo Yangsid and myself, trying to understand especially how the military was involved in that particular event. So we'll be bringing you more analysis on this. I'm here with my colleagues Raymond Akwa and Winston Amwa. Do stay with us. We'll be back with more.